Hello, class. So, after looking at the documents that you all have submitted so far, I just want to say keep up the good work. You've all demonstrated that you understand what you need to do to complete your rhetorical précis, and you can all write clear sentences. So, you're well on your way. Our first paragraph, constructing the introduction for your rhetorical analysis of vegetarian is the new Prius. So think of it as a bare minimum of 7 sentences, as I mentioned on the assignment page, right? Try to come up with 5 sentences of background. Maybe you answer the questions who, what, when, where, why, how. Maybe you start with an anecdote, a personal experience, or a personal observation. Maybe you start with how you felt after you read it, before you read it, what you had for dinner that night, what you had for dinner before you read the essay, after you read the essay, what you're going to have for dinner tomorrow, what have you. It's totally up to you. But you want to provide background on your subject, which is the essay, and your topic, which is analyzing it, rhetorical analysis. So about 5 sentences. You have options. You can just do a brief summary of the essay if you want. You can write about Kathy Freston's ethos or the Huffington Post's ethos. It's up to you. Second thing your intro needs to do, and it should be at least one clearly stated thesis sentence. Now, answer the question. Is her argument effective? Okay. Kathy Freston's argument is effective. Now, that's just your opinion. You got to make it a claim. To make it a claim, you got to put a reason. So add the word because or since, and then finish the thought. Kathy Freston's argument is effective because, right? And I'm not going to tell you what I wrote. You'll see my sample intro paragraph. I just posted it up there, and that's why I'm making this video after reading your documents and reflecting. So hopefully you'll find this video helpful. If you have any questions, remember, you can always get in touch with me. So thesis statement, answer the question. Kathy Freston's argument is effective because. Now, you don't have to agree with her, but she does use logos, right? And if something has logos, then it's effective. Now, how effective, that's up to you. Whether you agree or disagree, sit tight on that. Don't put your opinion in until you get to the conclusion as far as the body paragraphs of your essay. You can bring your opinion in here in the intro in the background, but your opinion, and whether you agree with her or not, leave it out of the thesis. The thesis should be an objective claim. Leave your feelings out of it. Her argument is effective. That's why we do this essay first. Even though her argument is effective, many of you still will continue to eat meat. That's okay. That's an important part of, drum roll, Rogerian argument. Meeting in the middle. Just because you might not agree 100% with something doesn't mean it's not an effective or logical argument. Just because her argument is effective doesn't mean you have to give up eating meat. Remember, she's just suggesting people should eat less meat. So again, I think there's that opportunity for Rogerian. People can still eat meat, just eat less of it. So that being said, I think she uses Rogerian strategy, right? So recognize that. Now, again, you don't have to agree with her, but it is effective, and I want you to write an objective rhetorical analysis. 5 sentences of background minimum, a clearly stated thesis, and last but not least, you should have a sentence, at least one, of support. You can list out the supporting ideas individually, but make sure that list is parallel. Make sure it flows. List nouns with nouns, phrases with phrases, right? Infinitive words, to run, to dance, to sing, right? You keep them all to and the verb. Or ing phrases. I like running, dancing, and singing, right? You wouldn't say I like to dance, running, and to sing. Keep the words consistent and parallel. Just like 2 lines are parallel when they go in the same direction, your sentences are parallel when you list things in the same grammatical constructions. Nouns with nouns, phrases with phrases. proper verb endings with proper verb endings, or proper verb forms with proper verb forms. Keep them in the same tense. Keep them in the same form. So that should cover the sample intro paragraph that I wrote. I tried to have at least 5 sentences of background, a clear thesis, and a clear support. Check that out. I also posted my pre-writing, so you can see that. And I kind of did a scratch outline about my body paragraphs. Me personally, I probably will just, in the order, ethos, logos, pathos, kairos. Um, that's what I would do when structuring the body paragraphs. You can save kairos for the conclusion if you want. Remember, those of you, most, if not all of you, I don't know your ages. If we were in the classroom, I'd be able to see you and deduce how many of you were, old enough when the Prius first came out 13 years ago. So if you're like early 20s, you probably didn't realize it was a big deal. It was a big deal. There were waiting lines for Priuses. People were spending more money for them. So it was kind of one of those things where to drive a Prius was almost like a status symbol. What is she saying now? To eat vegetarian is kind of the new status symbol, the new trend to show that you're environmentally conscious. You don't have to agree with that. But I think she seizes the moment in the 21st century. So I would probably, I mean, maybe you might want to start with Kairos in your body paragraphs. Maybe you want to start with pathos and her celebrity appeals. I mean, again, depending on how you feel about the celebrity she mentions, depends on how effective you feel the pathos was. Depending on, when you go to the links, what's there, right? It's logos, what's there, but it's pathos if it works. And if you like it, and the fact that she uses a different color underlines it to make it easier. Again, these are all appeals to emotion. But remember, it's got to have logos, and she does. She has facts, she has credible sources. So that being said, let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you found this video helpful. Stay tuned, more to come. There'll be reading review videos for each of the essays. So looking forward, and thank you for your patience.